One of my favorite conversations to have with people who are just really open hearted people and are so ready to jump into coaching and are so ready to help other people and to embrace their own wellness journey along the way. But they're afraid because they do not want to be a salesperson. This is one of my favorite conversations to have because I totally get it. I totally get it. I quit personal training at gyms because I hated the way that the managers and my personal training supervisors would get me to sell or try to get me. I was terrible at this. Try to get me to sell, sell, sell. I would get so frustrated because I couldn't, I couldn't like hook clients. I couldn't hook new people. But once somebody did start training with me, I had lifers. I mean, for the 4 years that I was in Chicago, I had clients who I had all 4 years and who we were both very sad that the friendship and the relationship was ending when I moved away. But I couldn't meet somebody and convince them to do something that they weren't ready for a lot of the time. So I totally get the fear that, or the concern that you don't want to be a salesperson. And I can also see how it appears, or that fear would come up, because in the beginning, our commission does come from products that are purchased through our website. So Beachbody products that are purchased. So it would from a very outside view, it would appear that we would have to become salespeople, right? Wrong. So wrong. I wouldn't be in this business. I wouldn't have this as my full-time, job, and my full-time, it's what I think about. It's what I love to do. There's no way that I could continue with this or have this sort of passion if it was all about sales or even a little bit about sales. So what I like to think about is I avoid stores, clothing stores, like the plague, where the salespeople are like on your back all the time, and they're like, "Oh, you like that blue sweater? Let me get a red one for you." And I'm like, "I don't wear red." The people who want to push things down your throat, and you can tell who makes money on commission. I mean, it's sad, and people's families need to be fed. I get it, but I avoid those stores because I hate that kind of experience. So a big rule on my team, on our team, is to treat people how you want to be treated. So when people ask me, because I post things every now and then, I post things a lot, let's be real, about healthy living and living with awareness, and eating whole foods, things like that. So when people ask me like what I put in my smoothies, I just tell them honestly. I tell them that I put Shakeology in my smoothies, and I give them recipes that don't include Shakeology, and then I offer them samples if they want to try that. And I always send people the ingredients. Like, there's nothing about that is salesy, because I'm willing to talk to people whether or not they're ever going to go, to my website, whether or not I will ever make a profit off of them. I'm not interested in that. So what we have to offer as coaches is pretty phenomenal. I've had, because I'm in a unique situation where I am a personal trainer and I am a group fitness instructor, which I would say is like 5% of the coaching population. Um, I've had friends who have asked me to like create a fitness program for them. And that's always frustrating for both of us because I can't draw, but I try to create these stick figures and to talk them through these exercises that I write down on paper, or I do little 15-second video clips, but nobody is talking them through an entire workout if we're not in the same room. It's just not possible. And it would be weird to do, I think, through something like Skype. So I have fallen in love with the 3 programs that I've done, and I do have an order of favorites. And an order of trainers, but these programs work. I mentioned this previously, but I used to watch these infomercials and love them because I'm a weirdo. But I would think, somebody paid them to do that, to say that they've lost weight in 30 days when it actually took them 3 months. Like, this just is unreal. Or 21 days, like, come on. It's just amazing what the body is capable of when we give it attention, and when we move it just 30 extra minutes a day, or 30 minutes a day at all, that is focused, intentional activity. And when we pay attention to what we're eating, and we eat whole foods, we eat whole foods that, and Shakeology is included in that. There aren't any, I mean, there are no additives. Not even the color has additives or chemicals in it. So it's just, I think that I have been humbled and I have been surprised at how many of my challengers have had phenomenal life transformations that have lasted. So I'm ashamed to say that so few of my personal training clients have had experiences of weight loss or muscle gain that have lasted because they totally leaned on me. When people are able to have these programs in their own home, I mean, they can press play on their own, and it's the accountability groups help tremendously. And the challenge groups, I mean, those warm my heart more than anything else. But rather than having a program just sent to them and collecting dust, what we are able to offer is something that they're able to do on their own. They can press play on their own, but we offer the experience. So anybody can buy these products off of Amazon or Craigslist or something like that. So we're not selling the products. What we are doing is offering an experience, whether it's a challenge group experience, whether it's a one-on-one, let's check in with each other every day and hold each other accountable experience, or whether it's just providing tips and telling people what's worked for you. That is what we are giving people. That is what we are sharing with people. So I just believe that as long as we hold ourselves up to a pretty high standard of authenticity and constantly checking in with our intention, constantly checking in with why we want to be a coach, why we want to live a healthy lifestyle. And I almost feel like it's it's like we're holding something back from other people if we don't share what's worked with for us with other people. It's like saying there's a sale going on at Target. You know, Target's already inexpensive. There's a sale now. I have to tell you about that. Or I just found, you know, the best yoga class. I would tell all of my friends in Boulder about that. And so it is a tricky thing, and it's a delicate topic to talk about, because I don't think that anybody gets into this sort of career, a helping profession for money. Any career like nursing, teaching, I don't think that people get into those careers for money. But there is a curiosity about how you're compensated, and there is a curiosity about, like, what exactly do I do? So to answer that question, I would say you share yourself, you share your vulnerabilities, you share what works, you share what doesn't, and you really make a connection with people. You treat people how you want to be treated. So if you think about something that you struggle with, like, I know nothing about cars. When I go car shopping, I'm not interested in a car salesman or woman. I'll do my research, and if I had a friend that I could talk to about, like, what I am truly interested in, that's what I want. That I want somebody that I can connect with and say, like, I prefer 4 doors. Other than that, like, I have no idea. And an automatic, please. So if we can be that friend for people, if we can be that person to connect with, if we can be that person who invites somebody, whether or not they're going to buy anything from us, but invite somebody into our accountability groups, into our experiences, and into our hearts, that is what coaching is, and that is what your job is. So I guess if you feel like you can make it a practice of treating people how you want to be treated, and part of that is being a product of the product, and all that means is that you live a healthy lifestyle, you practice what you preach. So right now I'm able to talk to people quite clearly about the programs that I've done, and what I really like about them, and what I like a little bit less about one of the programs. I'm just able to speak to people honestly. So if authenticity and honesty and practicing putting your ego at the door and just connecting with people is something, that sparks an interest in you, that connects with you, then let's keep this conversation going, because that's who I'm interested in having on my team, is somebody who's, I'll say it again, somebody who's completely authentic, and somebody who is entirely compassionate, who has an open heart and open being, and somebody who is willing to have the integrity to practice what they preach. So that's our I guess that's what we're selling is a shared experience.